We are here once again, and we are married people. You've been married for 9-10 years, okay? Happily, I hope. And
no complaints.
So you've no complaints at all.
No.
Have you cried at all?
Definitely.
So marriage is basically but you look mugged up. You can handle these situations.
Yeah.
So a man of your, what makes you cry?
That's a tight question.
So many things.
Definitely.
But let's talk about money matters. Mm-hmm. Money matters. Many couples are struggling with this thing called money. The lack of money is a root of all evil, but also the abundance of it is a root of all evil. True or false?
Sure that scripture exists. The lack of money is the root of all evil. I'm sure some people believe that's actually a scripture in the Bible, but it's not.
It's not a scripture. It's the love.
They might quote you.
But the lack of money has caused also many marriages to be on the rocks.
Definitely, yeah. Yeah, I think it's the main thing.
It's the main thing. Not the abundance of money.
That's also another issue.
Yeah, okay.
Either way, if a couple doesn't exactly know how to deal with money, both ends are crazy.
It's bad. Okay.
But actually, the abundance could cause more
trouble. Yeah. If the abundance is on the woman's side, can a marriage last?
Mine did. I speak for myself.
Tell me a little about that.
I speak for myself briefly. Because, well, it depends. Early in the marriage, I would say I got married before I even had a job. Okay, I've never had a job in my life. I've never really worked.
So you were broke.
Job, as we call it, job. I had a vision. I was rich. Right? And my wife had a job. Yeah, it wasn't earning her much, about 200,000-300,000.
Yeah.
But at least it was consistent. I personally didn't have anything. I was still chasing my deals just out of school. No one knew me as an artist and stuff. So it was tight here and there. Whatever.
Did she know that you were broke? You didn't have any stable thing.
That statement broke. Okay. Yes, she did. Definitely,
yes.
She did.
And she still went ahead with you.
Yeah.
Okay.
She did.
So how is it didn't cause trouble for you? Because to any man, the inability to provide causes instability within the individual. And many women also wouldn't quite be comfortable with taking up that responsibility.
I think we're just different. I don't know. I've had statements of all men are the same and stuff, but I think we're different. Personally, I don't want to say my ego is too big, but it could be interpreted that way. There are certain things that don't quite crush my ego, yeah. Right? And money is one of them. But other than that, I think it was the best decision I ever made was to really say marry my best friend, because we began to relate before all these money issues was anything. Like, she didn't expect anything from me, I expected nothing from her. And we were just friends.
And love covered a multitude of things.
It did.
Even brokenness.
Even brokenness.
It's one of the things. Now, many people can survive that, but these days there is lots of people also who marry because of the money. Mm-hmm. Because of the money. And many women, I have to be careful here. Some, you know, and they are everywhere. In the church, they're everywhere. They leave this financially challenged fella and go for these accomplished fellas, and they marry for money, and later on it causes trouble. Do you think that happens still?
Yeah, it does.
Even
It
among
does.
Christians?
Even among Christians, and guys have also learned to go in for the money too. But I would say
Guys
that
looking at the lady and also going for her money.
Yes, it's now two-way traffic. We've learned from the best.
So how do you identify these parasites, these opportunists?
I don't know.
Because you see,
how
many
to
people
identify,
say,
but it depends. Like I said, if a relationship starts like completely intentional with that end, as in
What do you mean that end?
At the back of the relationship, you're thinking marriage. For example, you've just met a person and stuff like that, and you began to relate. But before you even get anywhere, you have an intention of marriage. I don't exactly know how to put this. I just met a girl,
and she
I
tells
like her.
Hey.
Love at first sight,
Hey.
and all. And now, my first statement and my first conversation with her is based on an already how do I do
What are you trying to say?
What am I trying to say?
For me, I know there are two kinds of people. There are people you get to and you have a lovely conversation and you see a friendship is growing.
Exactly.
Then there are others, the first thing is take me out. I don't have a dress. You know, I don't have this. I loved you before I saw you. You know, can we go? To me,
That's exactly what I'm trying to say.
those are saprophytes. Those are opportunists.
Definitely. And that's actually you've practically broken down exactly what I was trying to say, because if my intent in relating with you is not tied to feelings and all that stuff and just relating with you as a person and all that and then it's easier for these things to come out before you get in.
Yeah.
Otherwise, when a relationship, you've just met a person and there's just that physical attraction and all, so you walk in already blind.
Yeah.
So even when all the red lights about their character with money and all these things come up, you're already blind to it.
Yeah.
And I think that's the trap most people
fall into. So what are some of the signs to watch out for a woman who is relating with you because of money?
I think it's pretty obvious. I don't know how to point this and that out, but it pops up. It's just never satisfied with the simplest things.
Okay.
Unnecessarily
on the first date they're asking for a dress. They can't drink from this place.
Exactly.
They want the other place. They ask you for fees, for tuition, for campus.
Yeah, my birthday is next
Your
week
birthday,
and I want
yes.
such and such.
And then my hair and so on, as though it is your responsibility.
You're not yet married.
Yes. And you're not, you've made it well. And you're not yet married. What about a guy?
Guys have a more legit way of doing it.
How
because they understand that ladies are emotional and all that stuff and so they'll first connect with their emotions, and then after he'll begin to pop up his issues, and so suddenly your emotions begin to mess you up as a lady. So you begin to think I need
so
to
ladies
do
are
this,
just too emotional.
I need to
You just tell her I love you. Your hair is like the strands of a goat. Your lips are like bananas from Jamaica.
Exactly, Songs of Solomon, it's all there.
Your eyes shine like the moon. And straight away money comes out of the purse.
Yes.
That's
really
simple.
When they connect with you, a certain and guys have learned to act it. And finally she connects with you, she cares about you, and then now I have this, I have that, I have that, I have that, and
hey, and he starts
suddenly
to
she's
say,
flowing.
now I don't have fuel for the car.
Exactly.
Now also,
I need to be dropped there. I could have dropped you, but you see,
my car.
Okay, how much does it cost to fix that one? That's fixed. Now, for guys, you scratch the ego. Right? Whatever makes him feel good about himself, there we go.
Yes.
We go, and both parties have learned what to touch, where to scratch.
Yes.
And the game is being played, I would say, both ends.
So you have to be sharp. You need to watch each other at these things.
Yeah, but how long are you going to be sharp? Okay, I guess.
Okay. Now, the other issue, of course, is when you finally get married, because, you know, honestly, if I was a lady, I wouldn't blindly go into a relationship with a guy who is evidently broke with no vision. For you, at least you are broke, but with a vision. You know, you don't
which
enter,
is very key.
you don't enter a trap when you're looking at it. Okay, but sometimes when we get into relationships, things can change.
Yes, I think I've
things can
experienced
change
that,
now when couples are in relationships, many of them have broken up over the issue of money. In fact, did you know that money is the one single most thing that causes breakages in marriage?
Yes.
Let us say it again, for the people need to hear this. Money. It is, people have stayed with people who have been unfaithful, and they've cheated, but money can kill. Because where your treasure is, that's where your heart is.
Most definitely.
Now,
our hearts are tied to that
some
thing.
couples have this thing of putting money together, and they say, you know, the best way to run accounts is when all the money is together, and then you plan together, and that planning also bonds you together and things like that. But I have realized in my survey that most of the men, over 90%, declare 60% of their earnings.
60, that's a very good guy. No, you
60 is a very good percentage.
From my experience speaking with people, if a guy does 60, it's a very good percentage. Like, don't complain. Don't complain, at least.
So most of it, it's about 50, 40%. That's what they declare.
Yeah.
And then they keep the rest there.
Just in case.
What about women? Do they declare at all? Or are they supposed to declare?
I don't know. It's thing is, I rarely speak for other people. But
Yes.
with my observation, for the women that are really actually earning, most of them, not all, most of them don't want to declare.
Say that again.
Most of them don't
want to declare.
Maybe because of being burnt once or twice or anything like that, or because of like public propaganda and everything,
Yes.
the whole stereotyping and all, but usually it is that way.
Yeah, of course, the
And
others
they expect.
I have also heard say that the responsibility to provide is on the man. So
if I
my
get
money
my thing,
is my money, and his money is our money. Now, let me say that again. You know, many women feel, even though they are earning more than you, my money
responsibility
is my money. His money is our money, or sometimes it is my money also. Now, is there a possibility where, you know, when we are in church and we make vows, we keep saying to ourselves, you know, all I have is yours. With my body, I honor you. I honor you. Bichi bichi, I lay down. Bichi bichi bichi. But when it comes to money,
the volume goes low.
You know, it stays in the head, but never comes. Yes, I give you mine. Now, sometimes I ask, if you've given the body, what is it about the money? Which is riskier?
The money.
So we have
can replace damage this side if the money is there.
Do you think that her money can be our money, or should her money also be our money?
I think the idea of our and my and all that stuff should just be trashed to play a safer game. Exactly. It's the safest game. The safest game is for everything to be ours. Because in the first place, we walked down the aisle together.
Yes.
And I know we're speaking with so many people who say, no, I'm not married. I'm just living with the guy. So for now, I don't even know whether it's our in that case. But if you've chosen to work together, be together, raise a family together, do all these things together, then I think
can you achieve this our thing? Because
I think it's possible.
Because they have said if a man starts to ask for a woman's money, that's a weak man. He needs to be able to handle all things.
To ask for a woman's now, you see, now the moment you say that, you've already detached the two. So it's not, they're not together.
So you mean after she earns, she needs to bring it here?
Exactly. Because I think
and when you earn, you also
issue,
bring it here.
Yes. The basic issue we're addressing right now is not even the money, it's trust.
Yeah.
It's trust, it's not the money. It's not the money, because most deaf, if a guy knows I'll leave a heap of money here, walk out, and I'll find none of it touched.
Yes.
He will leave it there.
But how can you trust a guy who you know, even before you got married, he was cheating, he's drinking, he deals deals? How do you trust a man like that? Don't you think that the advice?
How did you get here in the first?
The advice they give the ladies to keep the money for a rainy day is also safeguarding.
The rainy day.
Yeah.
Do you remember when you were dating and as part of your vibe, you were looking forward to the rainy days? Remember the Boys to Men song?
Yes.
Which just talks about, it's easy to love me when it's shining and all that stuff and what. But can you stand the rain and all that? And you sang that song and felt the emotion and enjoyed it. And now, I mean, in the moment of all that music and that song and what, you're trying to say, in that rainy day, if we are joined together, we can make it through. But now, you're in here, and you're planning alone for that rainy day.
Because I don't trust you.
Why are you in here?
You may lead me where I don't want to go.
Then why are you here?
Because you've shown some
I think
trust.
In the first place, you shouldn't even be living with someone you don't trust.
But I felt trust is something you build over time with consistency of character and behavior.
Over time. Now, when you
do you just
talk about
is
over
trust
time, I know
given or it grows?
Trust given or it grows.
Can you decide to trust a thief with the hope that he may turn out well?
Jesus did. It's just sharp. Because you know, this one is the one that picks the money, you give that one to keep it. So if it goes down,
yes,
it will obviously be him. So he won't touch it and there will be no thief. Right? But I think the thing with, it can be grown. It can be nurtured. So men can grow to a place where they trust
and declare 100% and bring it to the table and say, let us plan it together.
Yeah, because at the end of the day, I think the more honest you are about this finance thing, the easier it is to work together through it. Because I mean, if I'm hiding, if I begin to hide part of my cash, then definitely I should expect she's going to do the same. Because if I'm hiding it, I'm probably hiding it for something I'm planning. So if she finds that out, then that's going to sow a seed. She has to do the same. Because if you're planning for a rainy day that's coming, why wouldn't I?
All of you, I think, need to be
careful. So now the person you love has become your opponent, right?
do you throw care to the winds? Because you see, one of the things is this:
what you mean
human beings are fickle. They change sometimes. So they need accountability checks all the time, and that's why we put passwords on phones. We put we put passwords on.
So that's
on
for
our
accountability.
so that you can't access unless you come through me.
Okay.
You understand that? Now, I have heard in some homes that you have an account and no one can withdraw from this account until you check with the other person. But I feel that is too
oppressive or something.
Where is the liberty? You said we thought that in marriage, when we have to have some level of liberty. But if I just see I need to buy a piece of chicken here, the money is on the account. I have to say, can I need pads.
I don't think it's a can I in a begging perspective of it, because if you both grow to the point where you understand this is ours, right, and we are both in this, then it's easy to pop up need here and there wherever you need anything or anything. You're like, well, I had a plan here and here and here. What do you think? Because this is what is here and these are the bills we have, but I feel I need to attend to this, that.
Yeah.
And if again the trust issue is there, I mean, I'm in for your interest, you're in for mine, then it shouldn't be a problem.
Yeah, I understand.
Pop it up to say,
but if you pop it up, if you pop it up, there is a possibility I would affirm it or object to it.
Exactly, and you have to be open to that. And even me, I have to be open to certain things because I might suggest this, and you have a better reason. Yeah, you need that, but there's this bill here that needs to be attended to.
Then you'll be asked, is that bill priority over me?
It's not about you.
Oh,
all the time.
Say that again.
It's not about you all the time.
Say that again.
In the first place, if you get into a relationship for yourself.
Can you go to your wife and say it's not about you?
Yes. I'll probably use a less direct, but really it can't always be about you when it comes to a relationship. Actually, it's never about you. And I think that's the best way of actually running a relationship with the least amount of stress. Because the moment it's about them,
yes,
it comes back.
It's selfishness, and then you start to fight, both of you, and then as you fight for individuality, you break up the whole thing.
Become individuals.
Yeah, within and so there are many couples that are individuals.
Yeah.
In their marriage.
Because interestingly, when you're out here, it's killing you. The individuality is what's killing you, and you feel you want someone, and then you come in with someone, and then you want to be an individual in here.
In there.
It doesn't work.
I think the biggest issue right now in many marriages is the selfishness.
Yeah.
And the greatest check for selfishness is how you use your money. Oh my goodness.
Yeah.
Let me say, what have I just said? The greatest check, biggest problem in marriage is individualism. That is selfishness.
Yeah.
And the greatest check for selfishness is how you use your money.
Yeah. Because even if we get back to the Bible sense of it, tithing and offering, we serve a God that has everything. He owns the cattle on 1,000 hills. He created every cell of your body and everything. Why would he ask you for your money? Why? Because he knows the hardest thing for a person to give you is what they've sweated for.
Yeah.
They
The
feel they have
sweat
a
of
right
their brow,
over
yes.
this one. And he says, no, you give me that one.
Yeah.
He's not interested in the money. He's interested in the heart.
And yes.
Same thing in here.
And it's what is tested in marriages.
Yeah.
Because the wife goes out, works, and the husband goes out, works. It's her money. Literally saying she's worked for it.
Yeah.
Okay? And it's his money. Stop crying about it, Mosentes. No, it's his money. And you see, it says, and I realize marriage is it's not a state. Marriage is a continuous process. Every day you wake up and you say, I'm not going to be selfish. I am going to put this on the table. I am going to love my spouse. I am going to trust my spouse. That's why sometimes I believe trust is given.
Yeah, I think
Because
it's a choice
let me tell you
make.
something. If you are there looking at your spouse thinking, they must earn my trust, it will go up like this, then down like this.
Yeah,
Then down like this. Because there is always going to be something you'll find not to trust them.
Yeah.
But you give trust, and they are the ones that prove themselves trustworthy.
Wow,
So all the time, all the time you give trust, and then the other person who is given trust feels the awesome responsibility of proving themselves trustworthy. They've given me this money to keep for fees. Just like the other lady, they gave her money to pay school fees, and as she was going down the road, she saw a shoe that she has always loved, and she was tempted to spend money on the shoe. You know the end of the story. Can you trust that person with money again?
No.
No.
Next time you trust her with the bank slip. You take the bank slip to the school. I've paid.
Well, we must come
Well,
to
but
a close
you try.
on this
You
one.
try
Yeah.
again. You try again.
You try again. I think I am in that place of risking again, because I think in marriage we risk every day. We risk all the time.
Yeah.
I give you my money. I let you go to work. These days some men are so insecure, and women are so insecure. They are always checking the phone, who he is talking to, what he's doing at the work. It is a risk.
Why is your boss calling you at 8?
Yes. There is a contract we are supposed to work at. We are planning deadlines and so on.
You're planning.
Yes. These things happen. And he just happens to be a man. Yes. You know those kinds of things. But when you're starting to say, why is he calling you at this time?
Why?
What time should he be
He has
calling?
been with you the whole day. Since
Yes.
8.
Now something has
You're
come
home
up
at
for tomorrow.
8:30.
And what if he has traveled?
Eh?
What if he has traveled?
He.
The boss has traveled and he now was in charge of office.
Yes, that thing also. And he may also need a travel companion who knows things in the
Office
office.
at 8 p.m.
And he
9
says,
PM,
accompany
10
me
PM.
to Nairobi.
Team bonding retreat. See, these are things that have worried
These are things
me.
that it worries you. But you see, you are risking your partner and everything at the same time. So you need to be able to settle after you take a risk. Don't take a risk and then you check whether it will go the wrong way. You are going to die of pressure for nothing. Stop checking people's phones.
I wonder how many men agree with you right now.
For me, that is what it is. If you are looking at a phone, you will always find something that will cause you pressure. Always. Because there's going to be someone at the workplace who has been working with you, and she's very happy that your husband has been such a help in mentoring them at the workplace. And you'll say, I love you. So, yes, mentoring.
Okay, and she will say,
Can't a man mentor a woman?
and she will say,
And she'll say, thank you. Good night.
dear.
We need to close this. We'll be back next time on this Real Life Show.